Oh, good day, Sven the Slayer here once again, and welcome back to the Star Squadron server. Now, I know it's been a while since I've recorded an episode, and that's just my fault, and just general, mostly just disinterest. Took kind of a Starmade break. I did record somewhat of an episode where I dug out this hangar for my salvager, and I live streamed the whole process and was going to cut up the video into clips, but it ended up being more or less nothing but just a giant speed build, and that's not really what I wanted to do. I think it'd be better if I go on, talk to people, saying, you know, state my intentions, maybe do a little bit of a speed build, then cut and say, hey, here's what I did, or, you know, cut out, just basically cutting out the boring stuff and just keeping in the meat of the episode. So everybody's been going wild on the server. We've got new members, so we added Gmodism and Crazy Nally to the server now, and Robinschild's been off building turrets, and Guy's plate has expanded quite a bit. It's quite a bit of a population there now. Everybody's been chipping in and building their own structures on his plate to make it more of a slummy city. And I guess I'll at least show the the one funny bit that happened while attempting to build this. But today I have to remove all of my old style docking stuff off this plate and replace it with the new rail docking. So that means getting all rid of the turrets, just gonna scrap them, replace them later. Getting this ship off the ground and getting that ship off the ground. I already moved my frigate, which is a pain because it should not land on a planet. It doesn't have enough thrust. So I'll show you the clip for docking that, and be right back.
What is? By the way, I've noticed that the Twitter happiness of our group is really small. People here are more into Reddit than into Twitter.
Your Twitter
oh
is
crap! Oh crap!
Forms?
Oh crap!
What?
Oops.
Are you breaking stuff?
Yes.
Hope it's not my stuff.
No, it's only my stuff. And because I'm streaming, I actually caught it on camera. If I wasn't recording.
Worst part of streaming.
That was pretty hilarious, though, and yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. So I deleted the dock that my ship was docked to, and it fell into the hole.
Need any help now?
No, I'm good. I think I can jump into the cargo bay, maybe.
Sven, you should get yourself a Twitter.
I have a personal Twitter, but yeah, I probably should get a separate Twitter just for,
Yep, you should get yourself a Twitter.
Yes.
You should so get a Twitter, definitely. Oh, got it back, got it citizens.
Now to navigate to the core room of a ship that is nose down in a hole.
On a planet, in planetary gravity. Amazing.
Actually, yeah, I could just put myself in the ship's gravity. There we go. That's much easier.
This is too small.
Robin, you might want to retweet that, maybe?
Why? What? Retweet what?
Last tweet?
Your tweet? Yeah, I tweeted already. I will not tweet the tweet. And tweet more to my Twitter followers. I already tweeted the link.
Okay.
There we go. That's much better. Oh, while I'm in the hole, I might as well go remove some of this other plate crap. Well, this is a bit of a problem. They must have changed the thrust mechanics a little bit, because I can no longer get my ship out of the hangar. Ship used to have no problem landing and taking off of a planet, and now I don't seem to have enough thrust to do so. But I have a jump drive, so jump drive it is. Well, we've now escaped from the planet's gravity, and that's really annoying. What is the thrust to mass ratio on the ship? So it's not like, do you need like a 2-to-1 now to escape gravity? That's kind of lame. I mean, this isn't exactly the quickest ship, but it shouldn't be stuck like that. You know, I tend to be a little low on the thrust myself, but I don't know. That's really frustrating. So I guess I'll just park this above the planet and remove the turrets, and that should be just about it. And then acquire some rail components from the nearest shop and go to town. So here we are heading back to the shop, or back from the shop, after collecting all the rail components and some logic blocks that we need, and I've already equipped this ship with a rail docker. I just have to land it somewhere temporarily and set up rail dockers on these ports, and then start work on this guy here. And once this is all done, I will start to divide. Each of these will be divided into 2 floors, so they can have a roof and a floor that is separate materials, so I can color them differently if I want. And there will be elevators in every single one of these buildings to get to every one of the floors. And that'll be quite a project, so that'll actually keep me busy for a while. And now I just need to find a build block. Here's one. Fly up, sit, symmetry there. I can actually change the orientation of these docks if I want. I'll have to look into that later, so I'm no longer bound by the limitations of the old system, which is nice. We don't need you. Or oops. Oops. Okay, I may be slightly rusty, considering I just cleared that plane. Yeah, gotta get reused to the controls a lot. I've been playing way too much GTA, and don't need enhancers anymore. Unfortunately, I can't use these detectors, because when you dock to a rail, it doesn't detect it, it only tells you when you've moved from one rail to another. But that's a bug that should get fixed eventually. So those are all facing outwards, which is nice. And then I can just get this ship off the ground. Which has plenty of thrust to escape gravity. Maybe the bigger something is, the more gravity affects it. I don't know. I'll have to look into figuring out why that is. I may also know if I've scrapped all my turrets, so there's nothing conflicting with the new docking system. And the ship fits nicely. That's a dangerous looking hole. Let's cover that up. There we go. Okay, so now I'm build button. Firstly, there is one thing I want to test out, and so I'll make sure these are set. I want to see if I can, yeah, like you can build in the core of a planet, but you can't fly into the core of a planet. I want to see if I can use the rail system to essentially move objects into the center of the planet, because that'd be nice being able to use that space down there as kind of a just place to run rails, so I don't have to run them as far above ground. Might not be an issue, but it's just a bit of a curiosity I have. Just haven't gotten a chance to test it out yet. Oops. That's probably how I got that hole. Not like I care if there's a hole over here. Anyway, so let's see. We want to just carve a hole here, because it's right at the core, and put some rail down, and let's just orientate them so they're down and into the core, because that'd be really cool if you could essentially hide things in the core of the planet now. And that, yeah, let's do that. There we go. So now we need ship core with a power module, a thruster, and let's just go up into space, escape gravity. Nope, escape gravity. Escape gravity. And now we need a rail docker on top, facing down. Put that in the hotbar, and see what happens if we... Hey. Awesome. Oh man, that's cool. I'm gonna pull an entire ship into the core of the planet now. I don't think I can get back out. Oh. Crap. Okay, I may have not thought this one through properly. Oh. Okay, I'm good. We're good. I'm no longer affected by gravity, though. That's weird. Getting a build block. Oops. So now where am I? So now I need a rail pointing up, a button connected to that. Push the button, and that should bring my entity back up to the surface. That's kind of epic, though. I like that. That's affected by... I'm still not affected by gravity, though. What the heck? What do I have to do to get into gravity? Weird. Not a big deal. So essentially, what this platform is going to be, this platform will be... It'll lift up to the surface. So I dock the ship up here, and I'm kind of... Yeah, I shouldn't dip it below the core. I'll do that for maybe some other things. I don't know, having a under the core secret bunker, I think that sounds kind of cool. So for this, we want to essentially just remove everything here. And Like so. And I could probably keep the grassy bottom. And 3 more. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, this game's a little in a bit of a buggy state right now. There's a lot of rendering issues, such as the skybox doesn't render properly. It's just pure white and blotches out the sun. So now we'll need a rail system, essentially, just guess over here. I can have it. Yeah, I want it on here, because if I put it on the sides, that'll interfere with the top doors. So I need it exactly here. Oops, that doesn't matter. I can fix that later. Still a work in progress. Yeah, it's actually Jace Machine who's like, oh hey, is that going to be an elevator? And I was like, I didn't actually think of making it an elevator, so this little project is thanks to Jace's suggestion. So if that's the bottom platform, I do kind of want it at that level, so yeah, that'll work. And I guess the core will be, I don't know. Yeah, the core for this docked element will be here, and that doesn't really matter. So we just have that installed right now, and hop out, get a core, and need thrust because these things are not capable of flying in gravity very well. So I want to face this way, I guess. It doesn't really matter which way. It's a static element, so it doesn't really need any specific way to face. And that'll rise to the top. Guess I should have built those the other way. Yeah, I need to. Hey, I'm actually in gravity now. Cool. I have no idea where I'm going to put the controls for this whole contraption. I guess I can... This is going to be a hallway that connects to the docking bays down here. The underground bunker structure of my towers. And I will fill in the mountain around this more, so it's flush, not sticking out of the ground so much. And of course I'll have either a folding doors or sliding doors, and sliding and folding. I haven't figured that out yet. But for now, we just want temporary controls just to make this process easier for us. So we have a controller, let's say docker, we want this down. Actually, let's make it this easy on ourselves. So that into there, which tells it to go that way, and then we have a knot. I'm in symmetry. And then that knot goes into another activator, because you can't actually control rails directly from a knot, which is a bug, I think. And then that goes here, and then this one goes into the rails as well, and now through toggling this I can control the direction of the rails. Let's take a speed enhancer into the rails as well, and a activator. So that should make it move faster. Just make it a lot easier. And I'll have some kind of like structure around this or something, just to make it look a little more substantially attached to the rails here. But that's not a big concern of mine right now. Gray standard and hazard. actually sure where the center of this is anymore. Guess it's just guess, test, and revise. Alright, I'm one off. It's not too bad. That was a good guess. So now when we push the button, nothing happens because what the? That's weird. I wonder if it's too heavy. Oh, the build block's in the way. Minor detail. Alright, let's put down our build block again. Now let's test it out. Yep, it's too heavy. So that means we need to take these mass enhancers that we have down here and put them somewhere out of the way. These are a cool looking block. I really do love the textures for them. I've actually been using them sort of as fans, like instead of just having a black hole behind a grate kind of simulating a dark space, I've been putting these behind my grates that are ventilation fans, and the little bit of movement looks like it's a spinning fan blade, so I really like that, even though it technically isn't a spinning fan blade. Holy crap, is that not enough? What's going on here? There we go. Now it's moving. And of course, once I dock to a ship to it, it'll probably need a lot more. But that's the easy part. It's the doors that'll be the real challenge. Does that line up? Oh, that fits perfectly. Oh, it's like I planned it like that. Probably should put... I never use remove mode because I know exactly which direction it's gonna be putting the block, so I never bother with it. It's just kind of a waste of time in my book. Now we can lower the whole thing. Is the speed enhancer working right? Should be. Oh, no, my speed enhancer's not working right because I have an active button. There we go. Now it should move faster. Not exactly lightning speed, but hey, it's better than nothing. What's the story there? Oh. More blocks in the way. There we go. Perfect. I guess should replace that block with a piece of hazard striping. And I probably accidentally... Nope, it's good. Because I cleared that. Alright, so that's my lift. I'll have to wire up the logic to be able to have some kind of switch that you activate and it'll raise the platform. Probably should, when there's no ship in here, I probably should tell it to store the platform like here, and then close the doors. But I don't know exactly how I'm gonna build the doors. That's a pretty complicated process, so I'll definitely make cuts, work on it, so I can really focus on the arduous process and not have to try and be entertaining. So I'll come back when I have something to show off. So here's more or less the final product. It's not exactly the final product because I do want to add more logic and move the rail controllers like into their own little like control room. But for the big reveal, doors open up and slide out of the way, nice and animated. It's a 2-section door system, which I really like. And then the ship will be elevated to launch position. And this ship still can't escape gravity, but at least now I can just hold down W and get off the planet that way, or use the jump drive to get off the planet. That works. And the same thing, this works in reverse too. So I can send the ship down, and it actually has a mechanism that'll tell that the lower deck has been moved far enough to close the doors. Going the other way is instant. The doors have enough time to get out of the way when they work, because rails are kind of really buggy right now. They keep jamming even though they are clear to move. And you can see that there, that these sections of the door didn't go fully in. But another cool feature is I have these blast doors over here closing off the areas the rails need to be clear, so when it's shut, it is fully shut, which I really like that feature of it. And I'll go in there in build mode, maybe, if I can get out of gravity. Come on. So this just has a hotbar, intership remote, and a wireless remote to control the logic from here, so I could do the nice recording. And then down here is just all the controls. This controls the door, that controls the ramp. And when it gets the ramp moving down, when it gets to this point, it'll toggle that T flip-flop, and that tells the doors to shut. That says the ramp is far enough out of the way, and all the rail controls for the doors are over here on this side. And I have decorative versions over here, so it looks like it's being supported from both sides, and not just a flimsy door being supported from one block over here and then nothing over here. It's just aesthetics. It makes it look all nicer. And this is the control circuit that is getting the wireless signal to control this part of the door. And this bug is really starting to annoy me. It's like 5th take on this video because of issues like this. See, the rail docker tries to start going down because it hits this block before it's completely on it, so it gets stuck like that. Now as soon as the game loads, it'll be in the proper position and work again, or I can hit tab F6 and it'll load just fine. But for demonstration purposes, this is good enough. I don't need it to be, you know, super perfect. I just wanted it to make sure the doors were open and not jamming the ship from coming up. That's what kept happening. It took like 3 takes to actually get it to raise the ship and have these rails actually move out of the way. But yeah, that'll about do it for, you know, this episode of, you know, Starmade survival on the Star Squadron server. A little bit of tongue twister. Not really. Thanks for watching.